get the damn link. God. Also gotta open this. Let's see if it's... Oh, wow. Oh, that's why. I'm a dumbass. That's why. I did not disconnect it. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Did not ask. Wow. Hello. Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Okay, cool. We have audio. Nice. That's all I needed to know. Cool, cool. Sounds good to me. Alright. That's all I wanted to check. If I can get this damn thing to work. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Meow. Hi, Galaxy. Long time no see. I've been literally dead, haven't I? Except now I feel even more dead inside. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna wait about 2 more minutes. 2 to 5. It's been so long, but I got my card to vote today. Did you now? Holy shit, bro. What you voting for, though? There's something in my mouth. Holy shit. Ugh. Fuck them. Governor of Puerto Rico. Fuck. Well, best of luck. Hopefully y'all's country doesn't fall into disarray like mine has. I'm laughing, but not because I'm happy. Quite the opposite, in fact. Wow. Damn. Hello, Ellie. Meow. No, I'm not a furry. I have trauma from that. Oh my god. Alright. I am not! How dare you? Guys, she's bullying me. For anyone who does not know or remember, this is Alyssa, a very, very dear friend of mine. I don't know if we're just friends or not, though. Oh. Ning. Let me hook the stream up on the tablet so I can actually see what you guys are saying. Alright. We can be more A. Hey, it worked. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, I am just putting out the announcement. Alright. That's that one. Now I gotta do it with Blue Sky. God, I never use Blue Sky anymore. Alright, alright. And then YouTube. Let me do this. I wish I could play some music or something, but you know what? I'll leave the tags there. And then I also gotta send it to the mod chat. Alright. Notify me before you start. Oops! Oh no! So Skandere might be a bit late. That's okay though. It's okay. That's my fault anyways. Cause it was at like 1, almost 2 p.m. I was still at I was still at work in the middle of cleaning a room, which I'll explain that in a little bit. And I didn't know that he texted me asking me to let him know before I start that I was gonna start. So, yeah. He might be a tad bit late. Oh no. Alright, it's fine though. Oh, everybody left. I wonder why. Okay. Excuse me, I burped. Where did everyone go? I think I killed them. Oops. Sorry. I killed y'all with boredom. I am eating cookies. I have no life. Why is that funny on the playback? Mm-mm. 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 I was 16 the last time you streamed. Now I'm 17. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. You rat bastard! You disconnected my fucking controller! Fine, fuck you too then. Okay. Cat? No. The console itself. The controller timed out. I don't think it's dead though. Yeah, it's not dead. Yeah, it's back. We're good. Okay. So. Oh, it's been so long. Alright. Boy. Hello, my stars. It has been a while. I am very sorry. um, things have been extremely busy. There have been a lot of changes in my life, and such as that with the world as well. There is a lot happening. Though it is minor, there is one thing I want to focus on today. But first of all, I should probably introduce myself to anybody new who is watching, which actually, that reminds me, I forgot to post the link on my Instagram. Oops. Oh, you stupid. There we go. Okay, do that, and then I can pull up the link sticker. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. Oh. So. um. So, for those who do not know who the fuck I am, uh, first of all, as far as my YouTube persona goes, I am Shiki, Aeon of the Stars. At least that is the nickname I go by. Okay. I wanted to do VTubing, so that's why I came up with the whole identity. Leave me alone. Fat chance of that happening now, though. But we'll see. Who knows? I am a gaming live streamer. I mostly stream JRPGs and other RPGs similar. I do not usually stream fighting games or shooters or anything like that, if or even horror games of any type. If you want content like that, I recommend watching other streamers, other content creators such as Cub Scouts and Manly Badass Hero. They are both amazing. Please go give them lots of support. I watch them almost every damn day. um, Now, as for me and anybody who may be coming here from Instagram via the link that I have just posted on my story, you may or may not have seen it, that's fine. I am the girl behind the Cosmic Shiki account on Instagram. I say girl, but I'm 24 years old. I should be saying woman. The goat, Manly. Yes! Yes! Okay. Um, so, if you are here from Instagram, I am silently hoping, not so silently, actually, that you are an engine. In other words, a fan of Enhypen. Because I need your help explaining things. However, if you are just somebody who came across the stream, we will be discussing the current world issues, such as the United States president, the war on Iran, the crimes of Israel, and other such similar incidences. And yeah. But there is one thing that is nowhere near as extreme as any of that that I would like to focus on, at least for today's stream. And that is because of the suddenness of it all. You have probably noticed the title of the video. I have titled it Bring Him Home, BeLift. Now you're probably asking yourself, what in the heck is this about? What is BeLift? Who are we supposed to be bringing home? Well, who are they supposed to be bringing home? BeLift Labs is a K-pop music company stationed in South Korea. And they are signed, well, not signed, they are a conglomerate company of Hybe labels, which, if you know BTS, hi Marceline, long time no see, sweetie. But yeah, if you know, for example, BTS, TXT, 17, and Hyphen, groups like that, or Islet, you have probably heard of Hybe labels, or at least heard of Big Hit Music, which is also a conglomerate of Hybe. I would like to focus on Enhypen today because how do I explain this? A major change just occurred with the group's lineup. The oldest member of the group, Lee Hee-sung, yes, Marceline, has been seemingly removed from Enhypen's 7-member lineup as of March 10th, 2026. So 3 days ago now. 4 days in Korea. And to put it simply, the entire Enhypen fan base, which will be called Engines, we are devastated by this. And unfortunately, the situation is extremely complicated because there is a lot of rumors made up by the fan base that is slowly being debunked. And it's a very curious case, considering Heesung had no prior controversies leading up to this moment. And there is a lot of stuff clashing that we're trying to sort out. So, while I start up this game, try to figure out where the fuck I left off, I will slowly be discussing this. They kicked him out, or I thought that he wanted to go solo. That's what I heard. The official announcement, I will pull it up on my phone, considering I am already using my tablet to monitor the stream more effectively. So, here's what we've got. If I can get to it. Yeah. There it is. What the fuck? When did this come out? Yesterday? Okay, so they are not giving any input about whether or not that will be in there. Okay, so the notice from BeLift Labs. This is what we're going to start off with to explain the whole controversy. This was posted at on March 10th at 2 a.m. for my time zone, which would be 4 p.m. in South Korea. And it was only titled Notice in Hyphen's Future Activities. Now, unfortunately, I did have suspicions that something like this, at least, would end up happening. So it really should not have been a shock to me when it got to this point. But here we are. I'm going to read out the notice word for word. It says, "Hello, this is BeLift Lab. We would like to express our gratitude toward Engine for their unwavering support for ENHYPEN and provide information on ENHYPEN's future activities. BeLift Lab has given much thought and consideration into ENHYPEN's future direction and goals. Through in-depth discussions with each of the members about the future they envision and the direction of the team, it became clear that Heesung has his own distinct musical vision, and we have decided to respect it. As such, Heesung will be parting ways with ENHYPEN, and ENHYPEN will continue official activities henceforth as a group of 6 members. It's difficult to relay the whole process through a short notice, but this decision comes after extensive deliberation. We understand that this news is a lot to process and may be received with mixed reactions. Nevertheless, we hope you understand that this decision was made for the future of ENHYPEN and Heesung. ENHYPEN remains committed to sharing energetic performances with Engine. Heesung will be preparing a solo album as an artist under BeLift Lab. We ask for Enjane's continued love and support for Enhypen and Heesung as they start a new chapter of their journey. Thank you. Two a.m. is when this came out from my time zone. I was off on this day. It was Tuesday, which with my new job is my only day off every week. But I still managed to wake up to my 7 a.m. alarm that I still set on Tuesdays to make sure that I don't mess up my sleep schedule because I have to wake up at the same time every day for work. And I was about to go back to sleep when I had seen this. So it's easy to imagine how shocking it was seeing this. So even though I knew it was coming, I instantly began to panic. I will not lie about this to you guys. Are you okay? You sound like you're crying. I'm trying not to start crying. It's not working. My back. So there is a couple of things worth highlighting concerning this. First of all, would be the wording used by BeLift. They had said, it became clear that Heesung has his own distinct musical vision, and we have decided to respect it. But that and Heesung's personal message later, which I will read here in a moment, those are what sparked the first rumor about the situation created by fans. Which I will go to his post now, if it's still there. It is. Okay. If it wasn't, I have it screenshotted anyways. So only about 10 minutes later, Heesung posted on Weverse. He wrote a handwritten version as well as a text version in the same post. Now, I will read this to you. I'll just read it. He said, "Hello, this is Heesung. Also, first off, I apologize if the translation is choppy or anything. There is another translation of it that I can read, but I will read this variation of it first. Hello, this is Heesung. First of all, I'm sure many Enjins were surprised to hear this news, and I'm sure there are a lot of people who are curious about the sudden story, so I wanted to tell Enjin in person. For me, 6 years was a time filled with moments that were overwhelming and precious beyond words. Thanks to my members who shared countless emotions and Enjin who always filled the vacancy, I was able to approach my dreams step by step that I felt at first I could not reach. And that time will be one of those shining moments that will never be forgotten by me in the future. I don't want to forget those moments, and I want to be someone who continues to support Enhypen more than anyone else. I shared the results of my work with the company and talked with many people for a long time about how to show them off. After thinking about it for a long time, I made a big decision to approach Engine in a better way according to the direction the company suggested. As Engine knows, I've been working on my personal work, and I've spent a lot of time hoping to show it to you. There were a lot of things I wanted to show, but I also didn't want to put my greed ahead of the team. I am well aware of your concerns and your various stories. I will prepare hard to meet you again as soon as possible. The desire to come back is more sincere than anyone else. As it was Engine that always gave me constant love and affection, I feel sorry for knowing the feelings of surprise and concern that I have caused you. I think that's just how much you care about me and how much I care about you. I will be someone who runs with what Engine have given us so far in mind. Thank you, and I love you. Now that's the choppy ass auto translation by Weavers. But there is a Twitter account dedicated to Enhypen official updates. Quite literally, they are called Enhypen updates. In order to hopefully clear up some of the discrepancies with the auto translation in Weavers, I'm going to read the translation that this account's moderators put together. Moderators and translators. Hello, this is Heesung. Firstly, I think there are a lot of Engines who feel shocked after hearing the news, and others who are curious to find out more about this announcement. That's why I wanted to share this directly with Engines. To me, the past 6 years have been filled with significant and precious moments in a way words cannot describe. I think I was able to realize a dream that felt unreachable to me thanks to the numerous emotions shared by my members and Engines who constantly filled the empty space. Moving forward, these moments will be one of those sparkling memories that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. I'll never forget them, and I want to become someone who cheers Enhypen on more than anyone else in the future. I've shared my works with the company, and after long discussions and brainstorming with many others on how to best show these works, I've decided to follow the suggested direction of the company to approach Engines in a better way. As you know, I've been working on my personal works, and I've spent a lot of time on them with the hopes to show them to Engines. There was a lot I wanted to show, but I didn't want to just prioritize my personal desires in the team. I am well aware of everyone's concerns and various stories. I will be preparing hard to be able to meet everyone as soon as possible. My feelings of wanting to come back with a better version of myself are more sincere than anyone else. As Engines always gave me love and affection constantly, I feel sorry knowing how Engines are surprised and concerned. I feel like that's how much you adore and care about me. I will be someone who runs with lots of love that Engines have given me so far in my mind. Thank you, and I love you. So, God. This whole thing is a mess. Hold on. These are not staying on. Oh well. Not much I can do about it. what I first gathered from the notice and Sung's post was that when he sat down and talked with the company, he expressed to them that he wanted to go solo, but that he was worried that if he pursued solo activities while still it being in the group, considering he's already the most popular member of the group, he was worried that he would end up overshadowing the others. So that's what my first thought was. And that the company took this into consideration and had said, okay, well, if that's what you're worried about, then you have the option of leaving the group but still staying in the company as a solo artist. That way you can still be near them while still doing your own work. That way you don't feel like you're overshadowing them. And that Hyesung had agreed to go about that decision. That is what my first impression of it was. So, when rumors started coming out that the image of his letter, his handwritten letter, was AI generated or copied, and that when he said that the company suggested it, that he actually meant that they forced the decision on him, I was taken aback. I was genuinely ready to just accept this because I knew it was coming anyways, and I would have moved on. There would have been tears, but I would have accepted it nonetheless, and I would have still supported him as a solo artist. The same day that this happened, I had ordered a few days prior a album, and it arrived on this day when the announcement came out. So when I was looking through it, I noticed that there were handwritten notes in that album. And it was Hyesung's version of the Dark Blood Engine version. What engines were using as an example, I do not know what it was, but it was different from that, from the album. So I decided to compare his handwriting in the Dark Blood version to his handwriting in the handwritten notice. The handwriting was the same. The exact same. So already I had debunked that his letter was not written with AI, nor that it was plagiarized. Forged, sorry. But of course, nobody wanted to listen. To my knowledge, engines were using a much, much older letter that he had written as an example, and that they did not take into account that as you grow up, your handwriting also develops. Because your brain functions differently each time, each phase that you go through while you're growing. It is a scientific fact. And when your brain functions differently, your nerves are also functioning differently, and your muscles, which will cause changes to your physical activities. At least small little things. So, using a slightly more recent example to compare the handwritten notice to, I don't think they considered doing that, to be honest, but that's just me. Um, oh God. Now, another thing that everybody is saying is AI is the text form of his post, as well as the official notice from the company. Now, I can understand where this is coming from. BeLift is no stranger to using AI for advertisements, like for the auditions and stuff. They use generative AI all the time, and it's ridiculous. It really is. But I don't I don't know when it comes to the notices. But what I can say is that if the handwritten notice was written by Heesung, then the text notice would have also been typed by him. At least so I would believe. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm yawning. Shortly after this, like barely even a few hours, people are already getting money together for protest trucks, for signs, for all kinds of stuff. And one thing that came out online was another rumor. Except this time, it was that an employee of Hybe had made a notice or a letter, I mean, on their social media page. And, well, let's just say, there are slight differences in every single version of it that leads me to believe that this was either AI generated by different people, or that it is completely made up and that this letter never actually existed in any way, shape, or form. Because the differences are things that a person would write differently, not an AI. And another big thing that gave it away is that at first, the rumor was that it was written by a trainee. Then it changed to an employee of Hybe. Then it changed to an employee of BeLift specifically. And then people started speculating that it was actually written by one of the members of Enhypen, and people started even trying to guess which member it was based on the language used. The letter claimed that this whole thing was forced onto Heesung, and it claimed that he was crying in the hallways of the Hybe company building. The crying I can believe. It being forced on him, at least at that time, was another story. But there were also other claims made that they weren't exactly clear cut. So the person they are claiming wrote this is a woman named Jisun Park, or Angela Park, who is supposedly a project manager at BeLift. And this is only for the variation of the rumor of it being an employee who wrote the letter, not the variation of it being a trainee or an Enhypen member. Because again, there were multiple variations of this rumor. Nobody could get their story straight, and it just kind of slowly proved that this was fake. As plausible as the information in the letter could be, the letter itself was fake. And it was the fans' attempt at scrabbling for answers. Because they were emotional. I understood. But this was just the beginning. Her letter said about... should I say not her letter? The letter said about Lee Hee-sung leaving the group. He didn't want to leave. In fact, he was crying in the company hallways. It was the company that forced him to leave the group, and yes, it's true that he wanted to be a solo artist, but within the group. I completely understand that his fans might be sad, so I'm here to help. If there's a way for him to return to Enhypen and for it to be a 7-member group, again, you must protest for his return. If you keep protesting until the company listens, Hee-sung will return. Uploading videos isn't enough. You need to send trucks, bring posters, do something extremely big until the company listens. I can assure you that he will return if you do all of that. Do it quickly now because I'm not sure, but the company might remove another member, leaving only 5. They won't do it quickly, maybe in a few years or months, but believe me, protest and Hee-sung will return. Send all engines internationally. Messages to the company protesting because that company is mistreating the group. They are mistreating Jongwon and Sunwoo, and I think Nikki as well. Hee-sung was forced by the company to leave the group. I don't know why they removed him. I won't reveal my identity. Red flag. But this information is reliable. I suppose you probably know who I am. I doubt it, but I'm posting this with the intention of helping Hee-sung return. Please hurry. And guess what? Guess where we are now. Engines have, for the last 2.5 days, been standing outside of the high building, sending mass amounts of protest trucks that ended up blocking traffic. Nobody could even get into the fucking driveway anymore, let alone drive down the street normally. And supposedly, some of them even tried setting fire to the building, without concern that there were idols in the building, because as far as I am aware, the dorms are connected to the main company building, or at least nearby it. I could be wrong. But also, with the time that it was at, they could very well have been inside practicing. But yet people were trying to set fire to the building without caring about this possibility. That is arson. That is a crime. That is violence. That is not a protest. That is a riot. And the traffic being blocked? Not a good look for us either if we want this to work. But they have been standing out there for a couple days now. I believe I heard something about 1 or 2 people staying there overnight and one of them even sleeping while their sign was propped up against themselves. Nobody was leaving. Well, should I say, some people were not leaving. And yeah. So the next day, I was going to wake up with the calm realization that this was reality. Haesung was no longer in the group. But now, on that day, people were saying that Jongwon posted a letter, which, by the way, the members did post a letter on Twitter about this. But it was the day before. It was on the day that it happened. Excuse me, sorry. So, I'm sorry, technically it was the morning after. But they said, we think NJeans must have been very surprised after seeing today's announcement. Okay, well, I guess it was just after midnight then, my bad. The first thing we worried about was how NJeans would feel. As ENHYPEN always exists for NJeans, seeing you worried and hurting is the most painful thing for us. The time we have spent together until now has been so precious that it can't be expressed in words. Because of that, we respect and support the choice and new beginning of Hee Sung-young, who has shared that time with us. To ease NJeans' worries even a little and to create happy days for you, we in ENHYPEN will continue to grow even more in the future. For our precious NJeans who always support and cheer for us wherever they are, we will become an ENHYPEN you will always be proud of. We will grow stronger and never forget to be grateful every moment. Thank you always, and we love you. That is the real message that the group posted. And yes, considering Heesung was the oldest, they did say Hyung as a collective from all of them, because he was older than all of them. For anybody who doesn't understand, that's a term of respect for a man to use towards a younger man. However, like I said, the next morning for my time, suddenly people were claiming that Jongwon posted a letter of his own basically stating that they did not know until the day that it happened, and that they were just as surprised as we were. Oh god, this is so fucking ridiculous. People were claiming this other letter said, "Hello everyone, the news I'm sharing today may not be very good news. Heesung has officially left the group, and some members, including us, have not received any information about the official announcement, so we don't know how to react. However, we continue to plan album activity. We plan to continue album activities with Heesung. He is currently under HYBE, but we cannot confirm this decision and announcement. However, we love and support our senior members' future, and although this news is unexpected, we hope for good results in the future. Whatever happens, he will always be the Heesung who is polite, kind, and responsible." That is such a nonsensical fucking post. that it is so fucking obviously made with AI. And everybody caught that. Well, most people caught it pretty fucking quickly, unlike the other one. For starters, the name that was claimed to have been used was just Jongwon. That is not his Weverse username, which is where everybody was claiming the post to have been made. That wasn't Jongwon. Plain and simple. That was not him. And we knew it. And we called it out. Hold on one second. This is hurting my foot now. There we go. Got it. Okay. So. Excuse me. God, I'm already exhausted. There is a lot more to it. Somebody also claimed to have received a response from BeLift after mass emailing them that no final decision regarding his future within Hyphen has been made public. Supposedly. But the email is not Hybe's. It was fake. That was found out to have been fake too. Pretty much it's getting to the point where you cannot trust anything that people are saying online. Anything. Because everybody is so hell-bent on making up lies to fit their narrative and their version of the story. You can't even trust a post anymore. Because they're so busy making shit up. The only thing we can believe is things that, for example, the members do. They are in Melbourne, Australia right now for a concert of sorts. And at first, unfortunately, Engines were thinking about doing a Black Ocean, which if you don't know what that is, usually when you're at a concert, you would raise your light stick while it's lit and you would cheer loudly. But a Black Ocean, you turn off your light stick and you don't cheer. If it is done on a mass scale, it is considered a full-on Black Ocean. Named as such because it's like an ocean of people that is completely dark and silent. That's what they were thinking about doing to Hyphen. Because they are trying to boycott BeLift by boycotting Hyphen. Which is the very group that they're trying to keep together. which makes this logic very backwards. Because why would you not show support for a group that you're trying to get a member to go back to? If anything, the company is going to look at the group and be like, oh, so they were only successful because of this one member. Why are we going to put them back in with the group when we already get all of our profits from him? That's how BeLift is going to see it. Because at the end of the day, they don't care about the emotional aspect. They care about the financial aspect. That is all they care about. Finances is what's going to tell them whether something is worth it or not. They don't care how the fans feel about it. We should all know this by now. We should. And yet somehow we're dumb as hell. But, thankfully, a lot of people grew a brain and started realizing, well, actually, a better way we could stand in solidarity with each other trying to get Heesung to go back to the group would be to cheer his name and cheer the 7-member fan chant that we use for every song. And during Heesung's parts, raise our light sticks higher and cheer louder to prove that we are here for anything that Heesung is a part of. And if they sing the 7-member fan chant, that is the best thing they can do, because it will show the company that the reason this group is so successful is because of all 7 members together. That is why that group works. And if you take one out, you're basically creating a weak link for yourselves. Now, as far as going with saying something like, without Heesung and Hyphen is nothing, that is too much. That is far-fetched, but that is what a lot of people have been trying to do, unfortunately. It's very fucking ridiculous. But what do I know? Yeah? Everybody knew who's coming in is probably like, who the fuck is she talking about? And then instantly leaving. I'm not even surprised and I'm not even mad. I would ignore me too. Shit. But yeah. There has also been other things that the Enhypen members themselves have been doing to show that if it's possible, they want Heesung to come back too. As much as we do. Such as wearing the exact same clothes as him. Dyeing their hair color to his. Doing the connect sign, hand sign, that Heesung came up with when the group started out. And also, while they were at the airport, ready to depart for Australia, when the group first arrives, they have to stand in a line so that media and fan sites can take pictures of them. I don't know why, but it's procedural. There was a very clear, large space left between two of the members. No one moved. They acted like it was completely normal. It's not that they have a set formation. It is simply that it was intentionally done. That much was obvious. Oh, and the day that everything happened, or should I say the day after, they still had a fan call event to do. A lot of engines were saying that if they brought up Heesung, the call was cut short. Even if your call had just started, if you named Heesung, the call was cut. What one engine did is she held up a sign, one of the little paddle signs. She was there for a call with Nikki. She had it on one side, it said Nikki. Then she flipped it over, smiled. It read Heesung. Nikki instantly gave a thumbs up as soon as he saw it. And yes, that was with the slight delay from a call. He was basically saying, you did good. That's a good thing to do. So, yeah. It's small things like this that are proving that even though they are not allowed to speak, they will be loud in other ways. Because if the company will not let them verbally talk about this, they will show their support in other ways towards us for trying to get him to go back to the group. That much I can trust. That much I will trust. So, yeah, that's where we stand now. Does anybody have any thoughts or questions? Anything at all? That fucking hurt. Oh well. I think I killed the live. Huh. Now, I will say though, because I'm just gonna go ahead and dip real quick after I say this. The official BeLift website still states that there are 7 members in the group. People tried spreading a rumor that Heesung is listed as a separate artist now. But when you look at the website itself, that's not the case. There is only an hyphen and eyelet. And in hyphens, it says member names Jongwon, Heesung, Jae, Jake, Sunghoon, Sunwoo, and Nikki. That's leader first, and then all the others named in age order after that. First boy band created by BeLift Lab, consisting of 7 multinational members. And then near the end, it explains similar to the hyphen that connects one word to another, and hyphen means that 7 different boys connect to discover one another and grow together. If BeLift is listening right now, if BeLift finds this at any point, you know what? I want somebody to clip this. I need somebody to clip this. I'm serious. I need people to clip this, and I need you guys to spread this online, and I need you to tag BeLift Labs. So, BeLift, we have all been made aware of your games. We have all been made aware of your greed. Your official website still states that there are 7 members in an hyphen. If that changes to 6 members, you will lose everything financially. Because engines will have been tired of your crap if that changes. Let your members speak their opinions to us, because they have already tried hard enough to hold themselves back. During that fan call you made them do the same day or day after or whatever all of this stuff happened, they were trying not to cry. They were trying not to say something they shouldn't say. And anytime somebody mentions it, Heesung, you cut the call short? Are you serious? And don't pull some, we didn't want to cause any distress for the members. Do not give me that. Do not give us that. Same story every single time. Idols are not products. They are employees. And threatening to terminate an employee in any way is not okay. And that is only if it is the case that you did in fact force him to leave the group. That is not okay. If it turns out it was his decision, any pressure you may have placed on him, inexcusable. He has tried time and time and time again to present his solo work to you, and you have ignored him. We have constantly asked for equal treatment of all 7 members of the group, and if the only way that you can achieve that is by removing a member, you have failed as a company. If you are going to debut a 7-member group, then you better treat them all right. Because if you look at 17, They have 13 members, and they have better line distribution than Enhypen does, with only 7 members. That is sad. They have almost double the number of members you have in Enhypen, and you can't even give them what that double-sized group has, let alone anything else. All you can give them is taking away their oldest member. All you can give them is a distraught fan base because of the emotional roller coaster you have decided to put all of us through. We did not ask for this. We asked for equal treatment, not for a member to be gone. We didn't ask for him to be going solo outside of the group. We wanted him to do it in the group, and he wanted to do it in the group as well. But you have ignored him. I'm going to say this in the nicest way I possibly can right now. Count your days. Because if you do anything else to this group that goes fucking backwards, we're all gone. And then there goes your stocks, and there goes your profits. And all you're going to have to rely on is Islet, and that's going to suck for you. That is going to suck. Only having one group in your company again. We are not here to joke around. We are not here to play. We are not here for any games of any sort. We are here for people who enjoy music. Let them enjoy music in their way without forcing expectations on them. Let them be their true, authentic selves that they want to show to us, not what you want us to see. Otherwise, your whole company needs a change. Thank you. If somebody clips that, please do tag BeLift on that. And Hybe. Because BeLift needs to fucking see that. If you don't clip this, well then you better fucking send the link to the live to them, I swear to God. But I'm about to dip. Okay, because this whole damn thing, I didn't even get to explain everything. But I'm already stressed out and pissed off. And I just had a long day at work. 7 hours, baby. Pretty much. 7 hours of cleaning rooms, which I will go ahead and explain that as promised before I do leave. I work housekeeping now. At a hotel. I cannot give details, obviously. But, yeah. It's not some fancy 5-star, it's a motel. But, I work 6 days a week. I go in at the same time every day. My day off is Tuesdays, which usually would be when I would upload on my Cosmic Shiki Instagram page. But with everything happening, I can't bring myself to write. It's a little hard to do that right now. But, yeah. I don't really know exactly what else to say. Ciao. Later. Maybe I'll come back and actually play the game another time. But, I don't know. For anybody who came here for the game only, sorry if you were disappointed. If you don't usually follow my content, that's fine. But when I upload videos like these, it's going to come with a lot of talking. And most of the times, I don't even get to play the game because I'm more focused on talking because I get very invested in some of these topics. There are proper gaming videos on this channel. You are more than welcome to scroll through them. Watch those if you would like. but today was a day to talk. Because this just happened a few days ago, and we are distraught. Me and my fandom. Not my fandom, but the fandom I'm in. So, yeah. So, to those of you who stayed, thank you for staying. I will see you guys another time. To those of you who dipped and, came in and dipped, maybe I'll see you next time. I don't know. Maybe the algorithm will hate me and not have me show up on your feed anymore. I don't know. I personally don't care. I'm technically still on hiatus anyways. So, see you later, guys. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. If I can get this thing to work. That's why. Laters.